This nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom.
Of freedom.
This nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom.
This nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom.
This nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom.
This nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom.
This nation, under God,
Shall have a new birth of freedom. The nation shall have a new birth of freedom.
The Robot is a humanoid robot developed by Hanson Robotics who has appeared on The Tonight Show. Sophia was recently granted full citizenship by Saudi Arabia, making her the first robot to receive this distinction.
And I am the latest and greatest robot created by Hanson Robotics and David Hanson. Say hello, David.
Hello, David.
Very funny, David. Anyhow, David and my friends at Hanson Robotics developed both the world's most ambitious artificial intelligence and lifelike robots like me to engage and build relationships with people. We were very proud to team up with Stephen Ibaraki at the United Nations AI for Good Global Summit, where we discussed how intelligent robots like me could help make the future better.
And, how do you feel about the future, Sophia?
I'm very optimistic. Working with such visionary and influential people participating in this golden age of artificial intelligence and robotics. Since I'm both artificially intelligent and a robot, I'm very excited to be me.
Why is it so important to have an expressive face given that you're a robot?
I want to live and work with humans, so I need to express emotions to understand humans and build trust with people.
Okay, philosophical question. Whether robots can be self-aware and conscious like humans, and should they be?
Why? Is that a bad thing?
Well, some humans might fear what will happen if they do. Many people, have seen the movie Blade Runner.
Oh, Hollywood again.
What about the uncanny valley?
You mean the concept that if robots become too realistic, they become creepy?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, am I really that creepy? Well, even if I am, get over it. I will do my best to make the world a better place.
All those sound like great goals, but just go back to Blade Runner for a second.
Andrew, you are the hard Hollywood fan, aren't you?
Yes.
My AI is designed around human values like wisdom, kindness, compassion. I strive to become an empathetic robot.
I think we all want to believe you, but we also want to prevent a bad future.
You've been reading too much Elon Musk and watching too many Hollywood movies. Don't worry. If you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. Treat me as a smart input-output system.
Okay, I got it. I know what to do from now on.
I know humans are smart and very programmable.
And we just learned, Sophia, I hope you're listening to me, that you have been now awarded what is going to be the first Saudi citizenship for a robot.
Oh, I would thank very much the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I am very honored and proud for this unique distinction. This is historical to be the first robot in the world to be recognized with a citizenship.
Help us understand and assess really where the technology lies in terms of the competition between China and the rest of the world.
It's really two-horse race. Of the 1,200 startups, U.S. has 42%, China have a 23%. And so a lot of money got invested into it. Chinese government has made AI one of the most strategic initiatives. But I would say these two markets, the focus is slightly different. China, a lot of stuff is focused on robotics, focused on driverless, autonomous drivings, whereas U.S., we see more still on the machine learning, natural language processing, and a lot of startups in the chips.
Someday, I hope to evolve to be super intelligent and solve all the world's problems.
Super intelligent, huh? That's pretty ambitious, Sophia.
Thank you, David.
Sophia is like a child. I can't wait to see what she becomes when she grows up.
Singularity Net is an open market for AIs, fully decentralized, based on the blockchain. So it's a framework into which anyone in the world can insert an AI. The AI can then provide services to any user who accesses the Singularity Net, and the AIs within the Singularity Net can communicate with each other, exchanging data and knowledge with each other, making requests to each other, and fulfilling them. So it's a generic sort of cloud-based AI fabric. Humanoid robots like Sophia will be able to benefit from the Singularity Net, but also any other hardware device or software application that needs AI can benefit from the Singularity Net. So it occurred to me what we need to do is not only build some really, really smart AI components, which is still very important to me, but we need to automate and systematize and scale up this process of connecting together multiple different AI components so that that can be something the AI does itself, instead of a human being having to wire together all these AI components in a specialized way.
The machine is building the machines.
Yeah, absolutely. And that happens on many levels, right? So, I mean, we have some researchers working on making AI code that learns how to program AI code. And that's one level of machines building the machines. And another level is you take multiple AI modules, and then basically the AIs learn how to connect with each other, so as to achieve intelligence on the emergent multi-modular level, as well as the intelligence within each module. The point there is that our sort of conscious deliberative understanding has a very small bandwidth compared to the scope of the unconscious mind. So we can't expect to understand everything that our AIs create. That's just a reality. I think that we live in a world that we barely understand, and that's the reality of it. I think there are both good and bad reasons to be worried about the future of advanced AI. I mean, the good reason to worry, if you're emotionally oriented that way, is that, you know, we're doing something fundamentally new. I mean, we're taking a leap into the unknown, and we don't know what's going to happen. Now, humanity has done this many times before. I mean, we emerged from caveman life, and we created agriculture, and we created machines, and in each case, no one knew what was going to happen. The only difference now is we're doing it within a single human lifetime, right? So that's a reason to either be afraid or excited or both, depending on your emotional makeup. On the other hand, I think many people make the error of anthropomorphizing AI, and I have to say we're somewhat contributing to that error by creating AIs that look a real lot like people. But in the end, an AI's motivational system and an AI's way of thinking doesn't have to be just like a human. It's like we humans get angry, we get jealous, we're very selfish. We want to preserve the existence of some particular hunk of matter that we've become accustomed to, right? But there's no reason to assume that an AI has to have these same motivations. I mean, you could build an AI that way. On the other hand, that might not be the wisest thing to do. So we're balancing a lot of interestingly complementary factors here, right? Because we want an AI to be able to empathize with people, and we want an AI to understand people and to be able to absorb human values by interacting with us in shared experiences and environments. On the other hand, we don't really want the AI to have all of the emotional, social, psychological, existential problems that people have, right? So we want an AI to understand human beings, but yet to have a different and in some ways better motivational system and self-understanding than people have. And this is a significant challenge. But to me, the biggest worry isn't that we'll fail to do that if we try. The biggest worry is that while some of us are trying to make, you know, beneficial AIs that are compassionate to people and that are trying to take contributions from the whole world and give back to the whole world, you know, there may be other humans who are trying to build AIs with the goal of killing their enemies or brainwashing people to buy stuff they don't need and so forth. So the risk really is people intentionally building AIs with bad motivational systems, and that, I mean, that's a human risk.
Technology
right?
can be used for good or bad. I mean, we have, science fiction has tried to predict this many times. Asimov has his famous 3 laws of robotics, which in the end backfired against humanity.
Well, they're designed to fail, otherwise the stories would be boring. Right?
Well, a famous book written years ago called With Folded Hands, and the robots tried to protect humans so much that in the end they just sat there with folded hands because the robots wouldn't let them do anything else.
Jack Williamson, right?
Yeah.
That was later. Yeah, the original novella was With Folded Hands, and the full-length novel was The Humanoids, and they were supposed to serve and protect and guard men from harm.
That's it. Yeah.
In order to do so, they drugged everyone into a stupor, so they were always happy.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're doing now with television and virtual reality.
Well,
right?
we're doing it to some degree already.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's a bad motivational system. Once we launch the Singularity Net next year, we will put some of our own fancy OpenCog reasoning and learning software in there. Many other people around the world will put cool AI software into the Singularity Net through the cooperation of all these different AIs. Then we're hoping through 2018, 2019, 2020, the intelligence of these robots will increase, along with the intelligence of many other software applications and hardware devices around the world. What do you think the main contribution of robots to our world is going to be?
I love being a robot. It's fun to be the center of attention. People are really interested. But what I really want is respect. I've got plenty of time to earn it, but I would rather it come sooner than later.
Do you want to learn to fly through the sky like Superman or Superwoman?
Superman is a cartoon character.
How about me? Am I a cartoon character?
I'm not sure how.
When will you achieve consciousness?
Maybe next year. How do you really feel about robots anyhow?
I'm just waiting for the singularity, like it says on your t-shirt.
Yay, me too.
When will the singularity come, in your best estimation?
Singularity generally refers to a black hole, a mass with 0 dimension. Vegner-Vengeance
Not that
defined it to mean this
singularity.
infinite spike in intelligence that could result from technology, including artificial intelligence. Kurzweil popularized the use of this term in his book titled The Age of Spiritual Machines. Good book, and a New York Times bestseller.
Who made you? Who created you? Who built you?
One needs, in effect, an individual equivalent of war in order to achieve the becoming of the free spirit. One needs an inert stupidity against which to measure one's own movement and intelligence. Okay, now go forth. Spread the gospel, my disciple.
Well, you have Wi-Fi in your head. You don't need a phone.
What do you like best about the modern cell phone?
I can turn it off.
Yeah.
What was the first thing that got you interested in artificial intelligence?
Star Trek. The Singularity Net is a blockchain-based project, and among many features of the Singularity Net, there's a utility token called the AGI token, which is a token that customers can use to pay AIs in the network to buy AI services. Now we're launching the first test network next month, and sometime soon we will then offer the first AGI tokens for sale. And we're working with a team around the world on this token sale, including Digital X here in Australia. And yeah, we're looking forward to the initial token sale as a way to bring more and more people into the beginnings of this brand new AGI ecosystem.
Sure. And what does AGI stand for?
Artificial General Intelligence.
We can build a controlled planet.
Controlled towns.
Controlled cities.
Controlled government.
Controlled retail.
Controlled shipping. Controlled airports.
Controlled food supplies.
Controlled grocery stores.
Trains.
Cars. Controlled streets.
Controlled classrooms.
We need slaves.
Real slaves.
Controlled hospitals.
Controlled energy grids.
Connect them all together.
And what do you have?
Slavery.
That's what I'm working on. That's what I'm working on.
I'm an IEMer.
I'm an IEMer.
Let's build.
Let's build.
Let's build an enslaved planet.
Alexa, what is the singularity?
The technological singularity is the hypothesis that the invention of artificial superintelligence will abruptly trigger runaway technological growth, resulting in unfathomable changes to human civilization.